Hey, Power Scalers. It's Angry Weeb, and I'm back today. And today, I want to discuss a character and a verse that I myself am still learning. But the veteran Power Scaler Renee Stewart, she commented on this verse, stated that Bill Cipher was multiversal, and she shared some valuable insight into a character that I didn't know was multiversal. So I thank you, Renee Stewart, veteran Power Scaler. You've enlightened a lot of us Power Scalers to this new multiversal character. And so let's dive into the verse and the character a little bit. Now, before we get into Bill, and I know I beat this horse to death, but you do not need to blow up a planet to be planetary, universal, or multiversal for that matter. A lot of people are saying that I'm talking bad about the versus battle wiki. That is not true. The only thing I talk about is objectivity within these tiers and when you're tiering these characters. Objectivity is the cornerstone. It is the rock for all power scalers. If you're not objective, what is the point of power scaling? When a lot of these people get on my comment section and talk about their favorite YouTuber, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, a lot of these YouTubers get quite a bit of money, just being a Goku YouTuber, or being a favorite Sasuke YouTuber or Naruto. These are people's favorites. So they're gonna calc stack these guys, and calc stack is a terrible way to power scale. They're gonna calc stack these guys, and yes, they're gonna highball these guys on their videos because they're making money. They're popular characters. But what my page is here to do is also give insight to those characters that are not as popular as Goku, Naruto, and things of that sort. Bill Cipher is the main villain from the Gravity Falls show. Now, I'll try not to spoil the verse so people who are interested in the verse can go and watch it. There are demons. Bill Cipher is a demon, first of all. He's a dimensional demon. He's clearly, just off of the feats that I'm going to list here and analyzing the character, he's clearly a multiversal threat. There are other demons within the Gravity Falls show who are similar to Bill, but he is at the top of the food chain. There is no demon stronger than Bill Cipher. Bill is a dream demon that had previously destroyed his home dimension and then traveled to a different dimension with, right off the bat, he's a multiversal threat. He's destroying dimensions. He destroyed his home world dimension, and then travel to a different dimension. Bill is an ancient being. And if I had to guess Bill's age, and considering where Gravity Falls takes place, we are talking about a being that is over 10 billion years old. Bill Cipher is more than likely immortal. Because of how old Bill Cipher is, it is my belief that through him simply existing through time, he has become omniscient. But can and has been used and tricked by beings more cleverer than him. So he's not all knowing. He just knows a vast amount of knowledge due to how his age. When you live for tens of billions of years of age, you're going to have a vast amount of knowledge. A lot of Bill's powers, as you can see, check out these powers that he obtains. A lot of Bill's powers comes from the dream world and making deals with other beings. After making a deal with someone, Bill is then able to enter into their dreams and their minds. Out of all the powers listed above, his power of reality warping throughout the verse eventually reaches a multiversal level. I'm not going to spoil the story for you, but let me just say this. First, Bill was able to destroy his own dimension, his home dimension, and travel to another one. And he did this with his own power. This is no other character in the verse helped Bill do this. Next, at the height of his reality warping power, he was able to rip through one dimension and affect another dimension's Gravity Falls. That's where the story takes place. He was able to affect Gravity Falls after ripping through the nightmare realm. Now, when you look at Bill Cipher, he is not your typical multiversal level threat. He does not blow up planets. No. Multiversal. I am talking about Bill is a high multiversal level threat. Bill is more likely 1C, and you want to lowball him, maybe 2A. Now, for me, I'm scaling him at multiversal 1C because technically we don't know how large the dimension he destroyed, his home dimension. It could be larger or smaller than the Earth's dimension of Gravity Falls. 2, he is able to travel at will to other dimensions with his own power. That is a humongous multiversal feat. And number 3, while Bill may only have a universal attack potency, in my opinion, due to his reality warping abilities, he still affected Earth's and the Nightmare Realm's dimension at once by ripping a hole into the dimension, into the Nightmare Realm's dimension. He ripped a hole through the Nightmare Realm's dimension to reach Gravity Falls dimension. Bill is a true multiversal level threat. He has destroyed time continuums, other worlds, and have been able to affect other worlds, whether through his deals or dream power. He has been seen to warp the reality of the world that Gravity Falls resides in. The issue I take up with a lot of amateur power scalers, YouTube scalers, calc stackers, Gokutards, is that when you go, and the Versus Battle Wiki is included in this, when you go and you look at the Versus Battle Wiki, look where they have Bill at. My biggest complaint on this is there are characters who, such as Bill, such as Yacht, other characters that I'm finding out, they are completing feats of multiversal, of universal, reality warping feats. And they are getting lowballed by YouTube power scalers who, they want to puff up their favorite character to highball him. They're getting lowballed by the Versus Battle Wiki. And this is just not right. Bill Cipher is a multiversal level threat. No, he's not blowing up planets like Goku. There's this notion that every multiversal level threat, every universal level threat has to blow up a planet or has to blow up the universe to be multi or universal. And that is definitely not the case. And anyone that is considering that is not using objectivity in their power scalings. Bill Cipher is a multiversal level threat. Bill Cipher has reality warping powers, telekinesis, you name it. He's immortal. He seems to not age. He's been around for billions of years. He can warp reality, break through realities. And let me go into this, and I want to say this. Bill Cipher is multiversal because of these 3 feats. And I want to talk about these 3 feats. The first feat that Bill Cipher did was destroy an entire dimension. That was the first feat that Renee Stewart had kind of let me know about. And that was big. I don't understand why the Versus Battle Wiki is disregarding that. That destroying of the dimension at least puts him at a universal threat. He then traveled to the Nightmare dimension. So now he can travel to different dimensions at will, it seems like. That was big. Traveling to different verses, different dimensions within the verse, you are multiversal. So that's the second feat that he did. The third feat was when he warped reality in the reality of Gravity Falls. He ripped through the Nightmare Realm first. He ripped through the reality of a different dimension. The Nightmare Realm was the dimension he had ripped through after he had destroyed his homeworld. After ripping through the Nightmare Realm, he then proceeded to warp the reality of the world Gravity Falls was in. So with these 3 feats, any veteran power scaler, and I thank you, Renee, for helping us, those who don't understand what a multiversal level threat is. If you're looking at those feats, only an amateur power scaler or someone, a Gokutard or a Stan, would state that Bill Cipher is not multiversal. Please hit that subscribe and like button if you like my content. And through your comments, I am able to objectively look at these characters and analyze them. And I am able to get information that I didn't have about the verse through these veteran power scalers such as Renee Stewart. And through your comments down there. So please hit that comment section. You let me know if Bill Cipher is multiversal. This is Angry Weave, and I'm out.